Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 10th episode, 10th edition of Travel and Lifestyle Conversations. Yes, I'm so happy. Happy Thursday. Are you ready for some TLC? I sure hope so. You guys are in for a treat. Yes, I say this every week. So just be prepared for me to say it every week because every week you are in for a treat. When we're talking about travel and lifestyle, it is a treat. And I'm excited to introduce my girl. Yes, she is my girl. Her name is Nubia Younge, you guys. She is all about the nomadic life. She is a successful entrepreneur, you guys. She started her many businesses, and one of her businesses includes Black and Travel. And Black and Travel is actually another. Black and Travel. Well, let me say this because Black in TULUM is the flagship brand of Black and Travel. And we're going to talk more about that shortly. Um, she also has a podcast. It's Chronicles Abroad. And her podcast was recently recognized as one of the top podcasts produced by and for Black women living and thriving abroad. So awesome. And that came from flourishintheforeign.com. Are you guys ready to talk to Nubia? Because she's going to talk to us about that Tulum life and experience and so much more. So let me go ahead and bring my girl in the show. Here she is, Nubia. Hey,
hey, girl, hey.
hey, girl. Hey, girl.
What about that?
Hey.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me on this 10th episode of Travel and Lifestyle Conversations. Thank you. It is an
Yes.
honor. Now, this is a small milestone, but it's a milestone. And I like to celebrate all greatness. And I'm happy that you are part of this greatness today because we all are great. And everything that you are
hmm
creating is great. And I'm happy to have you here. I'm so happy.
Thank you. And congratulations on this. It's so beautiful to see what you're doing, the energy behind it, the passion. You can feel it. Like the moment we got on the phone, I just knew that I needed to be a part of this. So thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you. And we're gonna tell the people so much about you. Look, see, the comments are already flooding in. Can't wait. Girl, they're coming in because it's you. It's you. It's greatness. It's greatness. Yes, yes,
I
yes,
love
yes.
it. I love it.
So, Nubia, for those who aren't familiar with your background and who you are, can you kind of share a little bit?
Okay, so I've been living this nomadic lifestyle for about 6 years now, and I am about to turn 44. And so I started, yes, girl, I got grown kids, okay? My son is
What?
turning 22 and my daughter's turning 25. So when I started this journey, I was literally just tired. I was just tired. I was in the States and tired like everybody else, you know? Um, I had went on a trip to Portugal, came back to work. The first day I came back to work, they laid me off.
Oh, wow.
And I was so hurt and so livid because I was, thinking I was building myself up on this corporate ladder and I got basically what I felt like torn down, you know?
Hmm.
And I felt like, I'm not doing this no more. Like I'm too old to be worried about being tied to a title and a salary. And at the moment that these people decide that you're not worthy or they don't want you no more, you're expendable, I said, I'm never going to have that situation happen to me again.
Right.
So I got to a point where I said, I really want to go abroad and see what life is like. I was having my own eat, pray, love moment. I think that's
Mm.
that's exactly. I was
Love
having a
it.
midlife eat, pray, love moment, and it took me about a year. I was asking the kids, "Do y'all want to go abroad?" They're looking at me like we got friends. I don't know if you want to, but we good. And I was just like, I left when I was 38 and 30, yeah, I was turning 39 and I left and I bought a one-way ticket to Southeast Asia. And during that time, I had just been writing stuff on my Facebook and just chronicling how I'm feeling, what's going on.
Hmm.
And that has then now in turn blossomed to everything, everything.
Yeah, absolutely everything. So tell them how many places have you lived around the country, around the world?
I I have traveled to about 44 countries and
Wow.
I've lived on 4 continents. I've lived in multiple cities across the world. So I don't really know the count, but I've lived, when I first left, I moved to Thailand and I was living in Chiang Mai. And I lived in Chiang Mai, Thailand for almost 2 years. And then I left and I went to Germany for a few months. And then I went to Colombia and Medellin and I lived there for a few months. And then I found my way to Mexico. And when I first got to Mexico, I was in Mexico City and realized it gets cold in Mexico City. And Nubia is from Boston, and I still ain't used to no one's cold weather. So I packed up. So I packed up and went to Playa del Carmen, and I've been in the Quintana Roo area for the last year and a half.
Oh my God, that's so amazing. Look at this. Clearly, Black. We're gonna talk
Mhm.
about Black in Tulum. And did I say that correctly earlier, Nubia, that Black in Tulum is the flagship brand of Black in Travel?
Yes, that happened, and I'll explain how that works. But yes, Black in Tulum was never something that I initially started as a business. To be honest with everybody,
Mm,
like it was something that I did at one time brunch that I had for friends of mine in the midst of the pandemic. So let me just explain just a little bit. I
okay.
started Black in Tulum July of 2020.
Mm,
Okay, it was right when people were still under lockdown, and I'm talking about serious lockdowns. Where nobody could really go anywhere. And the misconception was that all of the borders were shut, but they really weren't. It was just the
hmm.
land borders. But you could always travel back and forth to Mexico. But for whatever reason, a lot of people, had this misconception like, oh, don't go to Mexico. You're gonna get, kidnapped, hurt, and this and the other. And here I am living my best life in Mexico. So I was talking to my friends who are travelers and stuff like, hey, come through, and we had a brunch. That one brunch brought in 23 people. And I'm sitting around and I'm looking at how just amazing this event was, right? It was like everybody paid for their own food. They came from
Hmm.
different areas of Mexico. And we just sat down and kicked it. We just had a really good vibe. And it wasn't until two things happened at that brunch. One was a husband and wife and their son drove all the way from Merida to Tulum just to come and be a part of this community of people of color having this brunch, right? Merida is like 2.5 hours away. I said, oh my God, like that's amazing. And then number two is there was a young gentleman there. He had just broken up with his partner and he was in his like late 20s and he was like, I'm just going to Mexico. And his mother didn't know that he was in Mexico until after he got to Mexico. So she was freaking out. So I said to him, I said, call your mother on FaceTime right now. And I called everybody over and she got on FaceTime. And we were like, hey, mom, he's fine. The mom, he's fine, mom, I'm fine thing. So we did the, hey, mom, he's fine. And she just started crying. And she was just
Oh,
like, I'm so happy that he found community. And that's when I
right.
just looked at everybody and I said, that's right, we are a community. I said, if I start a Facebook group, that's all it was. I said, if I start a Facebook group, would you guys support me? Everybody said yes. I opened my phone at that moment and created Black in Tulum. I looked around and I was like, we're Black in Tulum. That's how I said it. And I was like, I'm gonna coin this Black in Tulum. And it's been like that ever since. 25 people. We are now 19.8 thousand strong in a
Yes,
year.
yes, yes. You better tell them. Yes, yes. Cheers to
All
greatness.
organic. Cheers. Yes.
I love it. And like Sonia said, she said Black in Tulum is the reason why she's moving to Mexico.
Come on, girl. We got plenty of room for you here. And it's nothing but
Yes.
love.
It's yes. So this is it's so awesome. And you know what? Community is so important.
It
It's
is.
so important. And it's important anywhere we travel, anywhere
It
we
is.
are. And not just in our hometowns or where we were raised, anywhere. So bravo, absolutely bravo to you. And now we talked about how many places you lived and that you currently
Mm-hmm.
live in Mexico. So what is it like living in Mexico?
It's Mexico. Okay, so what people don't realize is that Mexico is North America,
Right.
point blank. It's literally, and like 35% of the US was Mexico. Let's be clear. And
Right, right.
it was taken from the Mexican people. So it's very easy to acclimate in Mexico because it's so close to what we know and love. Especially if you live in the West Coast. I mean, come on, you got taquerias everywhere. You got Mexican
Right.
people everywhere. I mean, it's like being in the same space.
Oh my God.
With every country has pros and cons. I think with the pandemic, like anywhere, people are desperate for just getting back on their feet, just because they either got laid off, they're not working. And so there is petty crime like anywhere else. But if you're not looking for trouble, trouble's not looking for you. And I think people get nervous because of shows like Narco and Queen of the South. Netflix did a great job on showing.
I am a fan of Narcos, and I'm definitely a fan of Queen of the South. Huge.
Yes.
Huge
But Netflix has a huge here, headquarters in Mexico City. So Netflix is here, Amazon is here. I mean, there's a Home Depot down the street and a Walmart, Sam's Club. I got a Sam's Club card here. Like, people don't understand how much easy it is and accessibility there is. And specifically Playa del Carmen in Cancun. Tulum is a little bit more townish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not as accessible as some of the other, but it's smaller too. So that's gonna happen.
So how long have you lived in Mexico?
2.5 years. I am officially a Mexican resident. I got my residency. So I got a green card, y'all.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
That's awesome.
I got a green card.
Congrats. So do you have dual citizenship?
No, so it's so different. No, I don't have that. I am a U.S. Citizen.
Right.
Just residency is just that. I'm allowed to stay in the country for up to 2 years, temporary residency, where I don't have to leave the country. I can actually work in the country. I can actually have the benefits of a local in the country because I am a resident.
Well, like Sonia say, I'm gonna back this. Congratulations on your residency. That's awesome. And you know what? Everybody is so ready. We're so ready to talk about Tulum and this Tulum experience as you mentioned. So we're just gonna dive right into it.
Let's do it.
Because everybody, I mean, it is, I can't say the talk of the town, but everybody's talking about Tulum and traveling to Tulum. And I'm gonna be jumping on the bandwagon real soon.
Come on. It's the hottest destination in the world right now. Literally.
Yes. Why? I've been dying to ask you this question, Nubia. Why is Tulum the hottest destinations, or let me correct this, I'll just say that, one of the hottest destinations in North America?
One is because Mexico has opened their doors to everybody. Let's just be clear. As much as when the last one was in office and wanted to build a wall, Mexico was still like, come and join us. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's less restrictions in the sense of you having to jump through hoops to get into the country. That's number one. Now, when it comes to African Americans traveling to Tulum, I believe that a lot of it has to do with Nipsey Hussle, to be honest with you.
Really? Elaborate. Give us more. Tell me more.
So I had a conversation with someone way early on when I started back in Tulum, and they said if Nipsey was still alive, he would be proud of you. And I'm like, whoa, that's deep. Like, that's a lot of pressure. And he said, when he created that song, the Marathon, and basically he says, like, sitting in the Mayan ruins, smoking a Cuban cigar, overlooking the water, all that. Like, when Black people listen to music, they really take on those experiences as artists. They want to be and see what the artist sees and does and stuff like that. So I think that's the first time a lot of people of color, especially like the younger hip hop generation, has heard of Tulum.
Okay.
And I think that was Nipsey started it from that on. And then here I was bringing, this Black sense, here. So they were seeing more diversity, because when I first moved here, honey, there was like five Black people in Tulum, and we all knew each other. So it was definitely like, come on, very welcoming. And we definitely turned this whole thing upside down. Now you see more Black people than the Mexican residents in Tulum have ever seen in their life.
Wow. Well, we have a question from Beth, and she says, I love Tulum, and I can't wait to say the same thing when I get a chance to visit. But she says, how busy is it now and how full is it? Good question.
Hi, Beth. So Tulum is a beautiful, beautiful town. It's not even a city. It's small, so it's
Hmm.
busy because the tourism has like grown exponentially in the last year, probably
Hmm.
tripled. So currently, right now, and I'm going to be honest with everybody, it is full of construction. Okay, the developers have bought up as much land as they could, and they're just building and building and building. So it almost seems like it's bursting at the seams. You know, like
Wow.
it's
Hmm.
really just like trying to fit everything. And I believe the government is about to build this train from Cancun directly to Tulum so people can get to Tulum faster. Like it's growing right in front of our eyes. Every time I drive down the street, I'm like, that wasn't there. Where did that come from? It's just
Right.
yeah, it's growing. It's gonna be the new Playa del Carmen in the next
Hmm.
maybe less than 3 years, to be honest with you. So it's
Wow.
filling up pretty quickly.
Beth says, I hope the beautiful jungle has survived.
I wish I could say that it is. I mean, there's
Oh,
still, Tulum was always just jungle. And I'm praying that the government put some stipulations and standards on not taking all of the land. You know what
hmm,
I mean?
hmm.
But a lot of it has been taken up. That's what I'll
Mm.
say.
So, what do you think makes the island or the town, as you mentioned, so safe and comfortable for the locals and just travelers to mix and mingle and vibe
Well, I
during the
think,
pandemic?
well, that's the thing. I think we had so long of a time where it was just like everything was so taboo. Like, I mean, it was just like, do you fist bump? Do you, elbow
Right.
bump? What do you do? And people miss that human connection.
Hmm.
And for so long, people were having, Zoom date, Zoom calls, Zoom
Right.
meetings. I mean, everything was just virtual. So to be in a place that is pretty open air, and in Mexico still to this day, you can't walk into a restaurant without your mask on. They
Hmm.
still do the temperature checks. They still do the gel in the hand. They do that more than in the States because I was in the States for 5 weeks not too long ago, and there were people behind the counter cooking my food with no mask on. And I was like, what's going on? I'm not used to this because Mexico is definitely about making sure that everybody stays safe.
Hmm.
So it's the people are just beautiful, and then Mexico also has like a huge community of Afro Latino,
Mm.
people in different various places in Mexico. So to see people that look like them,
Yeah.
they're like, hey, hey,
Yeah. And I was just
welcome.
about to ask, what is the culture like? You have the black and brown people coming together and, again, a vibe.
It is a vibe.
It has to be warm. Is that how it is out there?
It is. It's very warm. I mean, they love to see other people because it's the unfortunate reality that America's like they literally cut Mexico out like they ain't nothing, and that's not cool.
Mhm.
And yes, we're all immigrants if you think about it. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? None of us are native to this place right here in America,
Absolutely.
in a sense. And so my thing is that they get treated with respect. They treat us with respect. They actually love Black people. There's colorism all over the world,
Absolutely.
but they really love, like, if you go to Mexico City, they love 80s music. I could be in a taxi and they listening to Billy Ocean.
Oh,
Like, I'm just like, what you know about this?
right.
Like, and they love when they'll ask where you from. They'll ask where you from. That's the number one question. And when you answer them, they really love the fact that they can tell you something that they may know about where you're from.
I
So
love it.
I'll say, like, I'm from Boston. They're like, oh, Massachusetts. I'm like, what do you know about Massachusetts? They're like, lobster, Harvard University. Like, I've seen it on the map, and they get really excited to have those conversations with you.
So how's the language? Is it, mostly Spanish or English or a mix?
Oh, girl, listen, I've been here 2 years and I don't speak Spanish, unfortunately. But
Okay.
I they have a
Poquito?
love for poquito, so they have a love for learning English as
Mm.
much as we want to learn Spanish. So
Mhm.
I do the whole como se dice, which is like, how do you say? You know what I
Right.
mean? There's times when Google Translate is my best friend. So I just
Absolutely.
I type in what I want to say and I let them, hear it. But little bits at a time, little bits at a time. But they want to learn more about our language and we want to learn more about theirs. So there's an exchange. Every taxi ride is a lesson. It's an
Okay.
exchange. Every communication that you have with somebody is a lesson. Even if you know Spanish, you might only know the Spaniard version versus, Spanish has so many dialects. So at the
Absolutely.
end of the day, people who speak Spanish still are kind of communicating with each other differently.
Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, everyone, let me remind you that we're here with the amazing powerhouse um, entrepreneur, influencer. I mean, amazing woman, Nubia Young. And can you please ask some questions, leave a comment, high five her, tell her she's great because she is,
Thank
especially
you.
because she is one of a few who are really trying to bring Black and Brown people to Mexico and create a vibe and an amazing experience, especially
Well,
in the area of Tulum.
yeah, the thing about it is, as a melanated traveler, people thought like, there's not many of us around. And to be honest, like my first time in Thailand, I had dinner with a young Black woman that
Hmm.
worked, at the embassy in Thailand. And then I found a community of people of color in
Hmm.
Thailand. And it just amazed me. And that's how Chronicles Abroad got started because when I was ready to move abroad, I did as much research as I could. Girl, I'm online. I'm
Yeah.
researching. I could not find for the life of me people of color who were sharing their stories outside
Hmm.
of retirees and outside of young white millennials who were trying to
Hmm.
teach you how to live abroad on $10 a day. I said, well, that's not my life. So what's going on? Where are we at? You know what I
Right.
mean? So when I got to Thailand and I found this community, I was like, we need to share these stories. And that's how
Absolutely.
Chronicles Abroad came to be. I called up one of my girlfriends who was in the same kind of boat as I. She had a son around the same age as my son. She had lived in DC. We had met mutually, and she was living in Asia at the time. And I was like, we need to share our stories because I couldn't find anybody that looked like us. And if there's all these people out here, then their stories need to be told. And that's how I started with podcasting because
I'm
there is
gonna
a ton of stories out here to be had and be heard.
absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to type up how can people get access to the podcast Chronicles Abroad?
Oh my goodness. So Chronicles Abroad can be heard on Spotify, iTunes, any of your favorite podcast listening apps. If you just type in Chronicles Abroad, it should pop up. We had the podcast for almost 4.5, almost 5 years. We haven't podcasted in the last year because sadly we're just kind of going about it, and it's a lot of work. People think you're just talking into a mic. There's editing, there's producing, there's
Right, right.
trying to get interviews and content. And it was just a lot. In the pandemic, actually, we just stopped podcasting. But amazingly enough, it still gets picked up. I remember the first time somebody told me Travel and Leisure had picked this up, but I cried like a baby.
Oh,
Because
wow. That's
I just
awesome.
that's amazing. It was
Yes.
amazing. I was like, wow. Because you don't think that people want to hear what you got to say, but I promise you, everybody who is watching this right now, your story matters. Your
Absolutely.
story, and all I did was share my story authentically and transparently.
Well,
And here I am
like
today.
this
Thank
Facebook
you.
user says, you're doing a good job. And I second
Thank
that.
you.
Absolutely doing a great job. Again, everybody, if you have comments and questions, Nubia's here. She's here to answer live from Mexico. Yes, she is live from Mexico. Okay, so while you have been in Mexico area, you said Playa del Carmen for living there for about 2.5 years. I'm gonna take us back to Tulum. What are three of your favorite places to eat or things to do in Tulum?
Woo. Okay, so first of all, a lot of people don't know about cenotes, right? Cenote is a freshwater kind of hole, right? It's like this ecosystem waterway that does not mix with, seawater or salt
Hmm.
water. So it's so beautiful. They're just amazing. And there are over 7,500 cenotes throughout the Mexico, all the way up to the Gulf Coast. I believe there are some in Florida and also Texas.
Mhm.
But cenotes are amazing. So if you come to Tulum, you make sure to go to some cenotes. There are closed cenotes, which means they're in caves. So it's
Okay.
very, very cold and there's a lot of bats. There are no animal life down in the ones that are in the cave because they don't have the sunlight. They don't have the same things that they can live off of. And then you have the ones that are open air, which means it's like in the middle of the jungle and it's just
Oh,
a
wow.
beautiful big hole in the earth full of beautiful fresh water. And there you might find some fish. You may find, just the rocks are just, it's just stunning. It's really hard to explain. So
Right.
cenotes. Two would be the art. Tulum is
Mm.
full of art. Actually, Mexico is full of art. Okay, like living
Mm.
in Mexico City, there was some beautiful museums and beautiful artwork everywhere. So come to Tulum and really just walk and see some of the art installations that they have. It's just beautiful. Like as you're driving or as you're walking, you'll see signs that will say like, you know, um, life is good.
Yeah.
A sign that would say just breathe. A sign
Mm.
that would say you're worthy. Like little, like beautiful
Nice
signs
affirmations.
that just
Yes.
affirmation. You don't get that everywhere. That stuff brings
Mhm.
smiles to your face. That's another thing is Tulum is good for. And then number three is the restaurants. Come on now, I can't give you one. There's so
I know, I
many.
know.
Oh, there's so many good quality restaurants in Tulum, to be honest with you. You can go to one out of 100 and still have great quality food. They're all delicious. And I can't name one because honestly, I have I have venues and restaurants that I work directly and closely with, and I would never say one over the other, this and the other. There's just great food in Mexico, period.
Okay, so if you can't, I understand that could be tough. Could you name a favorite food then?
Oh, okay. So one of the favorite foods here is chilaquiles, which is like a breakfast nacho. That's a big thing
Oh,
um, for breakfast. They don't have the standard. Granted, they'll make what they call hot cakes, which are like our pancakes. You know what I
right.
mean? But they don't have the standard American breakfast like we normally do. And another thing is that Tulum was pretty much inundated with Europeans and Canadians. So
Hmm.
breakfast looked a lot different. It was a lot of bread, a lot of, just simple things. But chilaquiles is big for breakfast. For lunch, I would definitely say if you want to coast, eat fish. They do a great octopus. Mexico can charge some octopus. Okay. Right now it's like grouper season, so grouper is in season right now. But I like it when it's snapper season, and that's towards like the spring, summer.
Okay.
So I'm always on the beach top of can I get a fried snapper? Can I get, a grilled snapper? Can I get snapper? Can you snap my snapper? Can you ceviche my snapper?
Can you snap my snapper? Okay.
Girl, I love you, snapper.
So how's the seafood out there? Because I'm a seafood lover.
That's what I mean. If you're anywhere on the coast, you should be ordering seafood.
Okay.
Ceviche, octopus, fish. I mean, it's just amazing.
Hmm.
And yeah, ceviche is so good and it's so fresh here. So get with that, and then dinner you can have anything. I mean, for the most part, I'm a meat eater, so I love like steakhouses and stuff like that. But yeah, Mexico got some good ass food. I don't eat tacos as much as I used to. After living in Mexico, I'm tacoed out. But I had some bomb duck tacos last night. But yeah,
Duck?
tacos.
Okay.
Mhm.
Duck tacos in Mexico.
Listen, Mexicans eat tacos breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. Every day. Tacos.
Air day.
I can't do every day.
Air
I
day.
can't do it. I
Look, I
can't
love a good
do it.
taco. Look, I live for my Taco Tuesdays here. I do. I do. I live for Taco Tuesday. I have a friend. We go and we try to aim to go every week. And it's just
Uh,
something I look forward to. So I can
we
only
don't have
imagine.
Taco Tuesday in Mexico.
What?
Mm-mm. We don't have Taco Tuesday. Cinco de Mayo is not a thing in Mexico. So all of the things that you guys celebrate for Mexican stuff, we don't have that here.
Interesting. Yeah. So you know what? I guess something that may be a part of the Black and Tulum experience may be Taco Tuesday. Right.
Maybe.
Okay, everyone, please. We have Nubia Young. She's here with us live from Mexico. What questions do you have? Comments? They are rolling in. We appreciate you. So let's keep moving on here, Nubia. Let's talk about Black in Tulum. Let's
Let's talk
talk
about it.
about Black in Tulum. Because people want to know, and I definitely want to know, how did you come up with the idea? And I know you mentioned a little bit about it earlier in the show, but for those people who just kind of came in, let's tell them again.
It's honest, like people always ask me, like, did you come here to start a business and everything? I did not. The universe has seen me as a vessel to get this started for us. That's it. And I accepted the challenge, and I feel like I'm doing the best that I can to live up to the expectation, you know? So I literally had a brunch, a brunch. That
Wow.
brunch turned to me opening a Facebook group. The Facebook group had 25 people. And then organically, people were joining the group because the group was so resourceful. I'm still in awe at how resourceful this group is. Black in Tulum Facebook group, people have said, I've planned my whole entire bachelorette party, 40th birthday party, friends, this and the other from the group because they are so resourceful in the files that we put together and the documents that we made sure people were able to edit. And instead of people just like, what happened was I fostered the group for people to be able to communicate and build community within each other. So I made it very clear. If you see each other on the street, say hello, smile, nod, do something, but acknowledge your fellow person. Don't walk past them like you're too good to speak because y'all are in a whole nother country.
Right.
Be there for each other, period. Number one.
Right.
That's how I've always been. Number two is that don't just post your pictures on this page. This is not about you. This is not your photo album. If you're going to post, tell us seriously your review. Give us your true account of what your, experience was in Tulum. And when I tell you people started reviewing, it's like the Black TripAdvisor, literally. Like
that's awesome, though.
They would give you their day by day, count by count, how much they spent, what they did, who they met, who was their driver. And that was how people just started calling each other cousins. They go in there, hey, fam, I'm coming, who's here? And then I noticed that people were traveling solo. So there was a lot of solo female travelers coming. And I was very like, wow, this is amazing, So I made it my duty. So when I'm at an event, if I'm at the door or one of my team members is at a door and somebody is traveling solo, we are going to escort you to another table with another solo traveler or a group of people that we think is amazing. And we're going to sit you down and introduce you and make sure that you have a good time. Like that. I don't say that. People call me Mama Nubia because I foster this community as if how I wanted to see community. People use the term community very loosely, but they don't do anything to foster it. I'm not looking for credit. I'm not looking for people to know who the hell I am. When I speak to some people sometimes, they be like, why are you talking to me? Who are you? And then when I say, oh, I just want to say thank you for your support. I'm the owner of Black in Tulum. Then it's, oh, shoot, I didn't know. People get very different when they realize who I am. But I don't do this to be, the person. I do this because we deserve it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We spend too much time tearing each other down to not have a place where we can go and feel safe, feel welcome, feel like, there's other people there like us that we can rock with. I mean, people have built true travel friendships through Black in Tulum. We had a couple get engaged 2 weeks ago. I've had people tell me that Tulum or Mexico was their first stamp in their passport because they needed and wanted to be a part of this. I've had people move. Like Claudia said, she coming, come on, girl. Like, seriously. I've had people move to Tulum who work with Black in Tulum today because of the kind of relationship that they felt that they received from us when they were at our event. I have people that we have literally only been in service for about 14 months.
Wow.
And in 14 months, I've had people repeat and come 5, 6 times in 14 months. Like, I'm back. What's that? and they continue to rock with us because of that community that we all have built together and fostered. And it started with just a simple Facebook group.
Man, so I'm about to start booking my flight later tonight, or at least look into when I can come. But we're gonna get to some juice later, because I promised the people the big news. We gonna share right
Yes, we're
here
gonna get
some
there. We're
big
gonna get there.
news that is to come. But as we talk about Black in Tulum,
Hmm.
besides the community that you have built out there, what
Hmm.
are some of the activities that really keeps people coming back 5, 6 times? Because I saw something about a yacht experience. I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that.
We literally, so as Black and Tulum, we host 3 staple events. That's it. You would think that I'm doing like way too much, but 3 simple events. One is the Welcome Wednesday.
Hmm.
Every single week, Wednesday, it's free. People come, listen, they come, they have drinks, they have food. Welcome Wednesday, every single Wednesday at Mystical Shisha Bar in Central Tulum from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. It is a networking experience. You come, you vibe with people from all over the world, and you just have food, hookah, drinks, and you just have a good time. And it's just to say, welcome to Tulum. That's it.
Okay.
Then we do Saturdays, and we don't do this every week, but we do Saturdays is our big yacht, the Black Yacht Experience. And
Yeah.
right now we're not hosting it because it
Okay.
is hurricane season,
Okay.
and it's just the weather can be too volatile on the ocean, in the ocean
Right.
for us to put a yacht out. So I just decided not to do it during this season. But we will be kicking the Black Yacht Experience back up in November. And I pack a yacht, 50, 60, 70 people on a yacht, and it's a full all-inclusive experience. We bus people from Tulum all the way to Cancun. We set sail from Cancun to Isla Mujeres. We go to the beach club in Isla Mujeres, and it's still all inclusive. Everything at the beach club is inclusive, including the food and the alcohol. And I mean, people post up, take pictures, take naps. They go on excursions around the island. They go shopping. They get massages. You know what I mean? And we just vibe out at the beach club. Then we get back on the yacht and we party on the way back to Cancun. And then we bus them back to Tulum. So that's the Black Yacht Experience. And then on Sundays, we do 2 different events, but usually we'll do them pretty much like every other month is the Afro Beats and Bubbles. And that is
Oh,
our
nice.
staple. That's our staple brunch. So remember, we started with a brunch.
Right, right.
So the brunch is a staple, and we do that pretty much every month, if not once or twice in a month, depending on the reason why I don't do it all the time is because the heat in Mexico, people don't realize this heat will put you down. So to do an unlimited brunch where people are drinking and eating and partying, I don't want my members to be so overly intoxicated where they can't enjoy their vacation because they are like passed out on the beach somewhere. You know what I mean? So we host it once or twice a month, and that's a staple. And then every single week we do the barbecue beach club, which is like a family reunion on the beach. And we party, we do games, we dance, we drink, we have a good time. And listen, and it's Tulum is a topless beach, so topless is optional. People feel liberated. Like they're just like,
Yeah.
I've never got to experience something like this with us and others, and and they just really have a good time. So actually, I gave you 4 events. Those are the 4 events that I do.
Yeah, they are great events, but this is, I guess I can see where the draw is. It's because the community, but the entertainment, it's all built into one. So all you have to do is book a flight and a hotel, and then Black in Tulum takes it from there.
That's it. That's
I
it.
absolutely love it. So let me run that down for everybody. She said welcome Wednesdays. So
Every
when you
week.
book every week, welcome Wednesdays, and then we
Mm-hmm.
have the Black Yacht Experience,
Experience. Mm-hmm.
Black
On
Yacht
Saturdays.
Experience on Saturdays, which
Mm-hmm.
is going to kick back off in
In
less
November.
than in November, like next month. And we are,
Mm-hmm.
these months fly by so fast. And then the Afro Beats, which is a brunch, but also you have a beach event too.
Yeah, so Afrobeats and Bubbles is the unlimited brunch. It's typically from 12 to 3. And we had started the brunch at local TULUM, which is one of my favorite places to be. They're excellent. But you know, we're getting to the point where the Afrobeats and Bubbles is able to actually expand, and we'll get into that momentarily.
Well, you mentioned some of the events that Black in Tulum has. What are the resources? So I know you have a website, blackintulum.com. So what are the resources people have access to help them with their experience in Tulum?
Oh my gosh. If you guys, first of all, the website just by itself gives you just a snapshot of a little bit of the resources that the Facebook group offers. So on the website, you can literally find where to get your COVID test anywhere in Mexico. Okay. I mean, A through Z, and the information is constantly updated. You can find personal chefs. You can find, you know, photographers, videographers. You can find our calendar of events so that you can schedule and book your trip or your experiences with us. There's a ton of information just on the Facebook, on the website. But if you go to the Facebook group, we have docs and files that you can just research. You can type in anything. You can type in restaurant. You can type in Airbnb. You can type in hotel in the search, and you'll get a slew of just, you know, what we call Black in Tulum approved vendors, or this is information that's coming straight from our users. I mean, it's literally completely 100% user generated. So when people reach out to me all the time, like, where should I go eat? What should I do? I'm like, ask the people that are out there. I'm at home cooking. I live here. I don't do the same things that y'all do anymore because this is my home. You know, so I'm always telling people, go out there and go in the group and ask the question, because I'm sure, you know, 2 to 50 people want to answer you.
Right.
Or point you to the right direction.
Right. And Sonia said earlier that as we were talking about the Facebook page, she says Black in Tulum Facebook group is helping people find their lost passports. And I've been guilty of that in different places. So she says she loves the community.
You'll be amazed at the fact that I get hit up by owners all the time. It's like, hey, Nubia, not sure if you know this person, but they were in our establishment and they left their pocketbook, or they left something in the taxi app, and they contact me. And I'm just like, listen, I don't know every Black person, but let me see what I can do.
Right.
You know, and I'll snapshot it and take the personal information out and put it in the group. And people are like, hey, that's my friend, or that's mine. And literally, that's what community is all about.
Absolutely.
Like the locals down to the tourists, they use the group to be able to assist in so many things, especially helping out when somebody is in need of it. You know what I mean? I've had a situation where somebody got robbed, they needed help, and I had to help them, you know, do a police report and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't ever want people to feel like they're alone, because they're not.
Absolutely.
You know, we are here for you. So that's what Black in Tulum is all about.
And I guess this would be one of the why it's Black in Travel, Black in Tulum was so important for you. Just one of many reasons why it was so important for you to create this company, so people can have the community and the resources. And not, if you're traveling there for solo, you don't have to feel like you're alone.
Exactly.
And be able to kind of actually experience the same thing in the places that you reside while you're on vacation.
Well, also, I mean, I just don't want people to be on the resort all day thinking they can't go no damn where. You just get up and go. Like, you're going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? And then when you come into one of our events, you feel automatically like you're at home. I've had people cry on my shoulder. I've had people tell me this was one of the most epic or best experiences they've ever had. And I'm not doing this to toot my own horn. I'm saying this because I want people to realize that this is very important to us.
Right.
The comfortability, you know what I mean? We want people to be comfortable. We want people to feel hospitable. We want people to come and understand that all that nonsense that you hear about Mexico, yes, shit does exist, okay? There are a lot of stuff that goes down somebody said something about why are you promoting this dangerous place, and I'm like, do you live in America? Because I mean, every time I see what's going on in the news, there's always some crap going on. So don't come over here with that. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we're trying to bring a whole different way of educating people about travel.
Mm-hmm.
So to get in where the Black in Travel fits in, and I want to just explain this because I have not done that yet to people. Black in Travel is the expansion of Black in TULUM. I felt the need to have to create a corporation around what I'm doing because I don't want to be box holded into just TULUM. You know, I am a world traveler. I'm a nomad, and I want people to experience more. So in order to do that, I needed to expand the brand to be able to go global. So that's where Black in Travel comes in. Black in TULUM is considered a flagship because that's how we started. Mm-hmm. So just understand what I'm trying to say is like we're going global. So TULUM is just the beginning. This is not the end. It's just the beginning.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I can't wait to find out what's going to be the next Black in ... But I mean, look,
you said Black. It, not me.
Okay, I'm just saying, you said Black in TULUM, so in my mind, it's going to be Black in something else. So, right. I just can't wait to find out. Let me get the exclusive on that. Okay, everyone, where are the questions, comments? Again, Nubia Younge is here with us live from Mexico. We are talking about Black in Travel, Black in TULUM. We got some big news. See that, I can't even keep up, but I can still hear. Hey, we got some news coming up.
You ready for the news?
So yes, let me. Okay, so people are proud of you. I know, right? I'm all over the place here. I'm going to read from this Facebook user. It says, this is so awesome. It's been so wonderful to see you glow up. Yes, glow up. Thanks for sharing your experience with us throughout the years, Nubia. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Mama Nubia, thank you for fostering, honey. Thank you for fostering, as you put it earlier. Thank you. And just like this Facebook user says, so proud of you, Nubia. So proud of you. We need this. This is a part of the Black travel movement. And it's just more than it's the culture, the experience. And you're creating love around the world. You know what I mean? And I love that. You know what I wanted to ask you too, people may be curious about is clearly people are flocking to Mexico, flocking to TULUM. So apparently it is safe, like COVID. Well, you mentioned earlier that they obviously are taking safety precautions for sure. But how is it that it's just like numbers appear to be, I mean, you in the photos and the videos, people not wearing too many masks when they out there partying, having a good time?
So again, it's open air. We're on the beach, we're outside, there's not many indoor places, and the places that are indoors are still closed, to be honest with you. So I'm being completely transparent and honest. I was at the nail shop the other day, and it was a woman, and she was helping me translate with my nail tech, and she had on scrubs, and I was like, oh, you work at the hospital? She was like, yeah, I'm a doctor. And I said, oh, what hospital you work at? So she told me, and it's like an Americanized kind of hospital, right? Because most of the doctors speak English and everything else. And I asked her, I said, how are the COVID cases over there? She said, to be honest with you, she said, not one person has come in with COVID in a week. She said, I'm actually really like happy. And I was like, wow. Now, granted, I don't know if that's because, people can't afford healthcare or whatever. I don't know. I tell people all the time, use your precaution. If you feel like you want to come to the event and wear your mask all day long, that's fine with me. I can't take that from you, but COVID is a real thing and it's out there. And I think that if you're going to travel, you're taking that, you're taking that risk. So, but Mexico has done its part to make sure that we stay as safe as possible.
Well, that's good, because I know people are going to want to know, how safe is it? And clearly it's safe. I mean, people are flocking there and traveling there, but what's making it seem like it's so safe when COVID is still present and it's present globally?
It's present globally. So it's not a Mexico thing. It's literally, it's just a thing. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So it's like, take care of yourself. Make sure, for me, I'm around hundreds of people a day. So I get what I
Hmm.
call IV drips. I take zinc and magnesium, vitamin C. I drink my tea. I try to keep myself just as healthy as possible. And I'm a hugger. So people know, if you met
Mm.
me, 9 times out of 10, I'm giving you a hug. I'm going to ask you, is it okay if I hug you? But I'm a hugger because I really feel like connection is what people are missing, you know?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I've
We
been
miss
fortunate
that.
enough to, yeah, we do.
We miss that. And
Mm.
unfortunately now if we cough, somebody got COVID,
Pretty
or if,
much.
right. If you reach out for a hug, it's like, whoa,
Whoa.
you
That's
know,
why
uh
I ask permission first.
you know what I mean? So, and it's like, well, then if you do hug them or even shaking hands, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, where's my hand sanitizer? Or let me, when I get in the house, let me put this over here.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate, but it's just where we are. So it's good to know that traveling to Mexico. I mean, yes, we know it's COVID is still present, and it's present in Mexico and everywhere around the world
Everywhere.
at this point.
Hmm.
But people, I know there are concerns about traveling, and that's just traveling anywhere at this point.
And that's
Um,
fine. And I get it. People are concerned, and you should be, because there is a
right.
concern around COVID. I just feel like, there's so many, concerns in this world that um I don't even want to talk about COVID. It's a really tough conversation to have,
It
because I
is.
know people have lost friends, loved ones, and here I am creating a business in the midst of COVID, for people to travel. And there has been some backlash on that. And I can't
Mm,
apologize. I'm unapologetic, because I
mhm,
get it why people feel like that, but there's so many other people who were losing their goddamn mind.
mhm.
Like, they needed a space and a respite, and they needed this, and they really have, like, grasped onto what I was able to create and give, and it really has impacted their life in a positive way. So I look
Right.
at that more than I look at the negative.
And I would hope that, we definitely s- want to be sensitive to those who have lost loved ones, or
Exactly.
I
Hmm.
understand that, but I would hope that people would try to see what you have created here when it comes to community. And it's an opportunity for people to be able to turn what could be a negative, unfortunate situation into something positive and finding a way to live again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm hoping that
Yeah.
would be the message that comes across when people have the opportunity to travel to Tulum and hang out with people who are members of Black in Tulum, Black in Travel, that they can see that it's a vibe, but it's an
Yeah.
opportunity to to live again, or live, if anything.
Yeah. What I realize is, being in the States, people are so disconnected and angry. And
Mm,
it's just like, it's not that here. We don't have that same, you know, um, vibe that's real
mm-hmm.
negative. And, with the political nonsense, the Black Lives Matter unrest, the civil unrest. I mean, people are angry in America, period. I mean,
Right.
I'm learning more and more. There's homelessness out there, especially all over the world. They're having these tent cities in America. Nobody should be homeless in America, not one person.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, I'm just trying to give a space for people to come. Um, and if you want to call it an escape, it's an escape from the reality of what they're faced with every day.
Well, let's talk more about this escape. And we got to get a glass. Okay, everyone, the moment that many of you have been waiting for. Nubia has some big news that she will share with everyone who is viewing, all TLC fans. She has some greatness to share with us. Please, drum roll.
I am pleased to announce that Black in Travel has partnered with Hilton Worldwide, specifically Canopy by Hilton, Cancun La Isla, and we are bringing our Black in Tulum event to Cancun. for our first time ever, and we're hoping that this relationship goes on and spans all over the world with Hilton. So thank you, Hilton, for believing in me. Thank you for Black Travel Alliance. If you guys don't know, follow
Mm.
BTA, Black Travel Alliance. They are a huge group of Black influencers, travel influencers. You had Nadine Underwood on your show, actually.
Yes,
Nadine is one
yes,
of the founding members, and
yes.
I love her. And they have been making businesses accountable for showing diversity, and Black and Plume has been now roped up. We got
Yeah.
that contact, girl. We got that contact.
Yes.
Hey, cheers.
Hey. Cheers.
So we will be hosting.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's so major for me. Like, don't get me to teary eyed, okay? Because
Oh, you know
I'm a
what?
crier.
Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy. This is a big deal. Look.
It is a big deal, and I'm so proud of everything that has been accomplished over this last year. Because people would think that we've been doing this for years, and no, nobody understands that I just started this, and being recognized for something that I didn't even know was going to be as huge as it is. So we're celebrating the Dia de los Muertos, which is Day of the Dead week, with the Hilton, Canopy by Hilton, Cancun La Isla. And we are going to have a weekend full of events, 4 days, 3 nights. You can book your rates, which are Black and Tulum rates, through the Canopy link, and I'll make sure you have that link.
Yes.
And
I'll share this website here. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We're dropping the Black Yacht Experience is coming back out.
Oh.
So people are so excited about that. We're having our Afro Beats and Bubbles on the rooftop of the Canopy Hotel. We are going to also have a Sunset Sessions rooftop party with special guest DJ Genius. I just locked him in. He's from ATL, and he's
Hey!
And it's just gonna be an all-out fabulous time. I mean, entertainment, and I'm talking about live entertainment. I'm talking about best DJs. I'm talking about just coming out looking your finest. We're gonna have a couple of giveaways. We're gonna just have such a good time and just enjoy Cancun as well. People used to see Cancun as just college party cities, kind of thing, whatever. But Cancun has grown just as much. We can't keep people or places in a space. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Things evolve. Cancun has evolved. So we're so excited to drop that. And this is going to be the first of many. And I'll just say, this is the first of Black and Travel expansion. And I'll just leave it like that.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay, the congratulations are rolling in as we're congratulations, Nubia. Congratulations to Black and Travel. Black and Tulum. This is exciting. Congratulations with your partnership with Hilton by Canopy. It's amazing. And Sonia says, I'm so excited. I'll be there during that time.
I hope to see you, Sonia.
Yes, I'm trying to be there too, Sonia. So hopefully I have a chance to meet you as well. This is fantastic.
Thank you.
I want to make sure that I give people, inform them of where they can find out more. So is this correct? Okay. Where I had a blackandtulum.com/Cancun?
Yep. Just blackandtulum.com. You'll see the Cancun getaway, or you can just go straight to blackandtulum.com Cancun. If you're looking for just the calendar of events, you can go to blackandtulum.com/events. It's just, guys, there is no Black and Tulum without y'all. Like, seriously, this is not a my thing. This is our thing. I'm dead ass. Like, I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, thank you for doing it. I'm like, I didn't do nothing. Y'all did this.
Right.
Like, I could not have gotten to where I am today without the people that support Black and Tulum, the people who have come out and rocked with us, who vibed with us, who enjoyed with us, who told their coworker about us, or their cousin about us, or their friend about us. We have grown expeditiously over the last year because of word of mouth. It is all because you guys drop that name because you say like you share your experience, you tell people how much of a good time you've had, and then people every time I see somebody, they're like, yeah, my cousin was here last
Hey.
time and they told me to come see you. And it's amazing and I love it. So keep sharing the wealth because that's exactly what it is. It's you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank
It's
you.
awesome. So I want to make sure, Nubia, everybody knows that. So with Black in Travel, you
Mm-hmm.
refer to them as members. So there's not a membership though. It's just like family members, right?
Right now, it's like family members. Yes.
Okay, like family members right now. I just want to
You
make it
ready
clear.
for me to drop everything that's new? And
Oh,
I'm not ready yet.
are you not ready? Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm
ready
listening intently. You know what I'm saying? Can you tell?
yet.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go ahead and let people know once again about the partnership. This is a new partnership and
Yes.
an exciting event that's coming up, and let them know the dates one more time.
Yes. So we are partnering with Canopy by Hilton, Cancun La Isla, and we will be there from November 5th through the 7th. The 4th is a shoulder date, so if you want to come on the 4th, that's cool. You know what I mean? We have shoulder dates before and after, and different things going on. Even when we don't have the events, we got fun little stuff happening. So we will be there for the Day of the Dead. If anybody understands, that's right around the holiday, not holiday, the Halloween week. Day of the Dead is a tradition
Right.
annually in Mexico where they actually have parties and celebrations to celebrate their lost ones, right?
Wow.
In America, we're so, accustomed to grieving our loved ones, but in
Hmm.
Mexico, they celebrate their deceased loved ones, and the
Mm.
celebrations go on for days. So
Mm.
my whole thing is, they wear these elaborate sometimes costumes with the face paint. People see the skull face painting and all that stuff. We're gonna have it all.
Oh,
So we're
wow.
bringing the Mexican culture to the U.S. kind of vibe, and we're gonna marry the two, and we're just gonna have a great time together. Just period, bringing the locals and tourists together to have a great time and celebrate life because we're here and we can celebrate the ones that we've lost along the way as well, our ancestors, and just have a celebration of this life.
I love it. I love it. So Day of the Dead is a
Mm-hmm.
Mexican holiday,
Mm-hmm.
and usually I hadn't heard about this. This is why I'm very interested. I hadn't heard about this before. So a way to celebrate their ancestors. So do they go to? Are there cemeteries
Yeah.
there? Oh, really? And
Yeah.
so
So
some of the activities take part at the cemeteries, or
yeah, so well, right now, okay, where we are located on the coast, there aren't many cemeteries. There's
okay,
not a whole lot, but it's Mexico City, Oaxaca are the two that celebrate it like hugely, and basically it's something I believe that's how Halloween was derived from Day of the Dead. Halloween is actually the day before
mm-hmm,
because that's the 31st.
mm-hmm.
The Day of the Dead weekend is the first and the second. Usually the kids on the first wear their costumes and they do their own thing in celebration. And then on the second, it's the full family. So our celebrations don't start to the fifth because,
Okay,
of course, we got to be respectful of the
absolutely.
fact that this is an actual holiday for people to spend with their family, their relatives. So we're doing this on the fifth
Okay.
for the weekend, and that would be after the actual Day of the Dead celebrations. But we're also bringing that to Cancun.
That is amazing. So,
Yeah.
anybody who wants to participate in the festivities, Day of the Dead with Black in Tulum, enjoy the vibe. Starts November the 5th. And here's a website once again for you to find out more information. And it sounds like it's awesome. I told you I'm trying to be there.
You're not trying. You're
All
going to
right.
be there.
All
It's
right.
just we got to talk this. We got to learn how to change our language,
You're
y'all. We got to
right.
just manifest it. Like you
I,
want
you
it,
know
you
what?
speak as if it's as
I
if.
love that. I stand corrected because
Yeah.
I'm all about manifestation. I believe
Yes.
it. So I will be there. I will
Thank
be
you.
there. And you know what? I would love to be there and go live from there for the
Hey,
next for one of the editions of Travel and Lifestyle Conversations. We're gonna try to make that happen. We're gonna make that happen.
listen,
Stand
we
corrected. We're
are
gonna
gonna
make that
make that
happen.
happen, and we'll have the next announcement then. How's that?
Oh,
Hey,
because I'm like, I'm not gonna let her go. I'm not gonna let her go unless she has something else to share. That was one of my last questions. Are there any exciting projects that are in the works that Black and Travel members, Travel and Lifestyle Conversation fans, everybody needs to be looking out for?
I'm always working. If anybody knows me, they know I'm always working on something. But I will say this, and I'm going to leave this because we are dropping something very exciting and very near and dear to my heart. Mm-hmm. When I decided to move abroad, I was solo. I didn't know anybody, but I left with a sense of whatever the universe provides for me, I'm willing to accept it. That's Absolutely. How I left. And I said, it is going to be what it is. I have met hundreds, if not thousands of people over this past year mm-hmm. that have said something to me in a sense of, I wish I could do this.
Wow.
You can. And you know how you can is that Black and Travel will be launching a program called Home Base.
Oh!
And what I'm going to do, yes. What we're doing is we're working on a 30-day program for people to be able to come and move abroad. And literally, we are setting this up where you can have your housing, you can have, we're going to have like different little workshops scheduled and different things. It's not going to be so strictly itinerary based because we want you to be able to get out there and be on your own, but you actually have the community there for you.
So oh my gosh.
That will be rolling out.
Yes, soon. Yes. Everyone, you heard it. And if anything, you heard it here first. You heard it on Travel and Lifestyle Conversation. Yes, the exclusive right here. Black and Travel will be launching a home base division. This is amazing. What's great news. That's amazing. That's amazing.
We're gonna start with Mexico, and I'm already working on Portugal.
Oh wow! So when did you say this is gonna roll out?
I didn't say.
I'm good at what I do, Nubia.
You are. But I'm not a perfectionist, but I do like to make sure that things are, T's crossed and I's dotted before I say anything, and if anybody who has been to anything that I've done, I put a lot of time, effort, and energy in the quality of stuff that I provide. So before I roll it out and make people put money towards anything, I'm going to make sure that it's taken care of completely. So they will be rolled out for 2022. It will not be for 2021, but for 2022, we will be rolling out. It's called Home Base, just with an E, no D. Home Base.
Oh,
Black and Travel D. Home Base.
Home Base. Okay, we're gonna take that out.
And we are gonna launch. Yeah, we're gonna launch 3 locations for each year. So it's just going to be 3 locations. The first one we will start with in Mexico. The second one will be in Portugal, and I'm working on a third. And I'm thinking the third maybe Turkey or somewhere in the eastern side of Europe. We'll see.
I haven't been to Portugal and I haven't been to Turkey, so I look forward.
So Portugal is amazing. I love it. I love it. And I'm only going to curate those experiences to places that I've been. So know that this is not a like eating, money, mo. Let me just show somebody somewhere. No, it's all about me building those connections and building those, communities in those places so that when you go, you have that same sense of how you feel in Mexico there. It's important to me. And I want you to know I'm serious about it.
Well, this has been so amazing. I mean, we've talked for over an hour already, Nubia. And, I got to ask one more question. And this question is for the mothers and the fathers and the parents out there. Black and Travel, does it work with or cater to families who have small children who want to come be a part of that TULUM experience?
So does it cater to small children? No, but Mama Nubia becomes Auntie Nubia when the kids are there.
Hey, I love it. That's all they need to know. That's all they need to know.
I literally have hung out with people's kids just to give them a break. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have small kids. My kids are grown. So, you know, if I know that, I tell people all the time, if you're going to come to an event, the one event that you can bring kids to that is more kid friendly is the beach club, because it's a beach. You know what I'm saying? We can take the kid out to the ocean and play in the sand or play volleyball or play something or whatever. But our events are typically adult based friendly, you know, events.
Right.
However, if you do have kids, let me know in advance. I can, you know, get one of our team members to come and hang out with your babe, you know, your little baby while we doing whatever. We've had infants, we've had 12-year-olds, we've had, you know what I mean? And I'm like, you want a drink? Let me get you a Sprite on the rocks. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I make sure we all good. That's
Absolutely.
good.
This has been, Nubia, you have dropped so many gems, so much excitement, so much, as I like to say, greatness. And we truly appreciate you. Once again, everybody, Nubia has this amazing new partnership. That was the big news, a new partnership. And I'm going to probably say this name wrong again, but I want to get it correct. It's Hilton Canopy
by Hilton. Cancun La Isla.
Cancun La Isla. And for the Day of the Dead event kicking off on November 5th in Tulum.
Cancun, Mexico. Cancun, Mexico.
In Cancun.
Yeah. We're taking Tulum and bringing it to Cancun.
Oh, I love it. So we taking, like she said, they're taking Tulum and bringing it to Cancun. So if for those who want to know more about that, let me put up the website. Go to blackandtulum.com/canopy. I'm sorry, /Cancun. And you also had given earlier that, like, if they wanted to reach out about to the hotel to find out more information, what was the name of that hotel again?
Well, the hotel. So just to explain how it works, everybody knows Hilton worldwide. Well, Hilton actually has other lifestyle kind of boutique brands. They have Curio, they have the Canopy, and they have Moto, I believe it's called, MOTTO. So Canopy is just a lifestyle boutique brand of Hilton.
Okay. Awesome.
Which is why I have to use the name Canopy by Hilton.
Absolutely.
And Cancun La Isla is where it's located. So that's why I use it all in that one sentence.
Awesome. Sounds
and I will say this though. Hilton is building a new hotel in Tulum.
Oh,
and that should the doors should be open in the top of 2023, hopefully.
Oh,
if all works out well.
Is that going to be a Canopy?
I have no idea.
I got questions, girl. I got questions. This is just great. Okay, and in addition to the new partnership and the Day of the Dead event, again, you guys, right here in front of you is the blackandtulum.com/Cancun for more about that. But also, she just dropped some information in exclusive. You heard it here first, that Black and Travel is starting a home base study abroad type
program. Not study abroad, but it's a program it's going to be specifically for women, solo female travelers. And we're going to keep it very small and exclusive to 6 women who are over the age of 30. It will be a 30 plus type of situation. These are because I consider myself a Gen X travel expert. So these are for women who are at a crossroad in their life and they're like, what's next? I want to do this, but I don't know if I can do this. You know, I'm 40, I'm 50, and I really want to do something different. We're here for you for that. So this is not a 20-something, kind of situation. This is definitely a 30-plus event for women who are looking to try their hand at moving abroad. And we will be launching those details soon. And yeah, I'm just excited about everything. When I look at what's to come, I'm still in awe. Listen, Sonia said she meet all that criteria.
Okay. She said I meet all the criteria for home. I know that's right. Me too, Sonia. I'm with you. So Sonia, we're gonna be on a trip together. I can tell. We're gonna meet up, and we're gonna start in Tulum. Sonia, we're gonna start in Tulum.
And this is not about a party. It's like we are literally going to assist you on finding your way get out there and move abroad on your own. I created an actual course about a year ago called Novice to Nomad. So this will be kind of like a branch off the course. So there will be things that you'll be learning about. There'll be things that, getting your residency. How does that look? What do you need to do that? Does this place meet what you need? Making sure you have the Wi-Fi in order to work. Can you work and become an entrepreneur, self-employed entrepreneur, or do you want to be a worker bee and work for someplace else? Like, these are going to be building masterminds around this program, where we sit and we talk about all of the things that we want to be able to do and how can we support each other to get it done? Because that's the whole thing, is support.
This is awesome. I can't wait to be able to be a part of this, because I will be a part of it, manifesting everything.
I love it. Yes.
So Nubia, any final words?
Listen, everybody, I just want to say thank you for the continued support that I have received with Black in Travel and Black in TULUM. You're never too late to create your own reality. I will be 44 this year and never knew that I would be in this position. And I can't say it more, like, speak positivity into your world, support one another, love one another, and really just go for what feeds your soul. If you want to do something, do it. You don't need anybody's permission. Like, you got this. And if you need somebody to help you, push that envelope, then you need to find the right people around you to help lift you up, because the wrong people around you are going to try to tear you down. So pay attention to who you have around you, build your network, and continue to support your own stuff and others. But you can't support others if you're dry. So don't deplete yourself to try to get somebody else. You need to be here and get your stuff, girl. You got this, girl.
Yes. I love it. I love the inspiration, the motivation, the words of encouragement. It's what we all
have to
need,
uplift each
especially
other.
right now.
To. And I'm speaking majority to the women, because it's us that really need the support. Like, our men, we got you, but our women, we need to do better, y'all. We need to do better. We need to do better.
And we can. And we absolutely can. And we will. And we will. So, Nubia, we got to raise your glass.
Oh, by the way, this is Basil Hayden's. I don't know if y'all are bourbon drinkers, but girl, that's my stuff.
So
Basil
is this
Hayden's.
Mexican influence or?
Absolutely not. This is Kentucky. This is bourbon.
Okay, well, look, because I'm not a bourbon drinker, so you know what? You never know. I mean, I know tequila, Mexico, I get it, but still, you never know.
Yes, no, I'm in Mexico drinking bourbon.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Cheers,
Raise your glass. Congratulations for all your success and the success to come. Thank you so much for allowing us to just experience your greatness tonight. And we will continue to follow Black in Travel. We will be attending the event that
please do.
In the Day of the Dead in Cancun. No, all of the events, but what's to come in the next month? We're going to be, I will be, Sonia will be, many of us, all of us will be in Cancun for the Day of the Dead event. And also, we look forward to learning more about the home base program that you're creating for solo women, travelers who are women. Congratulations. Thank you so much. And how I like to end, let's cheers and have a sip first. Cheers.
Let's have a sip.
So many people who follow know that one of the things I always like to say as I end the program is travel safely, you all. Live intentionally and cherish every moment. Because what is that? Yes. That's TLC.
Listen, thank you guys so much. Sonia, you're dope. And who is Global Sisters Connections? Hey, girl, 44 and a half.
They are here for it. It's a vibe. I told them it's going to be a vibe. It is a vibe. If only I had my music to add to the vibe, but that's okay because you deliver much more. You deliver much more. Yes.
In my head, I'm rocking. I'm
Right,
like, okay.
right. It's a vibe. Cheers. I cannot wait to continue this vibe on location in Cancun in about a month, November 5th through the 7th. We're going to continue this vibe on location in Cancun.
The first location, not the last.
It's the first of many.
Yes.
The first of many. The first of many. The first of many. The first of many. Black and ...
I receive it.
You receive it? Yes, receive it all. Because we want it all. We're ready for it all. We are ready for it all.
We deserve it all. How about that? We can have it all. And Her has a song that says, we can have it all. I can have it all. You can have it all.
Yes, we can have whatever it is our heart's desire. Thank you so much. And thank you all for tuning in. The comments are still coming in. We'll pop them up. But thank you, Nubia. I'll see you soon.
Peace.